Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to our new episode of Cue the Review. Of course, we have yours truly, Mario, and my host here,
Zach.
Yes, welcome back everybody from our, what was it, Wonder Woman? The last one?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so now we are doing Transformers. Yeah,
The last night.
The Transformers. The last night.
Yes.
And, this movie, if I could say that this is at least the most impressive 3D that we had most recently.
Most recently,
I
yeah.
mean, not everything, but there was definitely some good shots, right? For like before and out of the window, it was working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you did the test too,
that.
Approved. A decent CGI.
Yeah.
For parts of it, yeah.
Yeah, for the most part, it was really effective. And,
Any other good parts?
Yeah. No, shit, no.
Well.
Okay, alright, so that's our review. Let's...
To be real...
We just came back from war, guys.
This is a piece of shit.
Yeah. God damn.
Like, I'm trying to keep this positive. For a lot of our films, we go straight to the negative. But to be fair... There's a lot of negative.
I'll give it its credit. It's a Transformers movie through and through. There's no deviation.
Yeah, that's the best description
from the
formula. Transformers stuff.
So if you know you like Transformers, there you go. Job well done.
If you like Transformers,
yes,
I do not want to meet you.
No, but how about this? Let's talk on the overall motifs. The common elements.
What makes a Transformers film Transformers?
It's like when we need the ingredients,
you
gotta mix them up and just throw them at the wall, because there you go, that's your movie. So, of course, we always have, they have to find an artifact of some kind to save the world.
Right.
Yeah, they gotta go on some scavenger hunt to retrieve something.
Sometime during our history,
yes,
Transformers were here to be like, whoops, left that behind.
On that note, they have to force in a real world event somehow. It's like a conspiracy theory. Like you have Lincoln, a picture of Lincoln. You're like, oh shit, get out, it's fucking Bumblebee.
Remember those Egyptians?
Yeah, and what else? Oh yes, they have to fall. They do have to fall.
Gosh.
They have to slide and fall from a building or a
whatever prosthetics you have for your ankles. I want them.
No, they're like fucking Spider-Man, right? They're all superheroes. Optimus is the great white savior of, the third act.
If you can call him acts. It's just one slosh pit of just bullshit. But that, and speaking of bullshit, oh my god, I'm so sorry to the women.
Oh my god, dude.
If your guy drags you to this, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Get away from him.
I know. Women working on the studio with Michael Bay is what I assume would be like working for a conservative campaign.
Oh my gosh. It is the slut shaming.
And
the sexualization of the women in this, shameless.
Shameless.
Absolutely shameless.
But I mean, there's a little objectification with the guys, but with women it's outright.
Outright.
Just like not even close. What else?
We always have to have the Jar Jar Binks guy.
Yes. And to add to the list of annoying comedic relief characters, they have to be racist. They gotta be racist.
They can't be normal characters. No. God forbid you have relatable characters.
Yeah, you can have, like your diversity, but Michael Bay, he has to take it up a notch.
He took it way over the notch with a lot of things. Speaking of motifs, Michael Bay explosions that are just...
Oh, yeah. And on the line of those action-y explosions for a Michael Bay, the unnecessary military drama, which is an overall concept I hated throughout every single one of these movies. Just how horribly it's shoehorned in, and how Michael Bay is just showing up his boner to America.
That, and for the other ones, they kind of made sense at least. They had some motivation to be there. This one, I have no idea why the military was there. They were essentially useless. Even though they had a reason to be there, kind of, all the fight scenes, you could have taken them out and the same amount of damage would have been happening.
No, absolutely. Another thing that I hate about Michael Bay Transformers is how they bring in these veteran 5-star names from just
Oh,
the
man.
industry, and they just fucking ruined them. He can't direct actors.
No.
At all. So right here we have what's his name?
Anthony Hopkins.
Anthony Hopkins, who is just so annoying in here.
He's such a great.
He's
10-star
even in
actor.
bad movies, you're like,
Oh,
hey, but you got him.
Yeah, right. This one, I
Yeah.
have never been angry
Yeah.
at Anthony Hopkins. By the end, I was so pissed at his lack of character.
I know. And this has been an overall thing with all of his other movies. Before this, I believe we had Kelsey Grammer.
Right.
Yeah, so he's not bad, but I mean, in that movie, he is horrible. And then before that, you had John Malkovich, who I would say is like top notch,
Right.
at least for our most recent actors. And they just make him into like your stereotypical like like .com like weird ass OCD boss,
Right. And you would think, like, with other films, like, even if it's bad writing, so you can see, like, the actors trying to do the best they can to like, bring something into the film.
It's like
that was not there this time.
They know they're walking into a Transformers movie, so why try?
It's a trap.
And while we're talking about all of those common things that it's ripping off from its own movies, you also see a lot of trying to like rip off Game of Thrones.
Oh, other films like in general,
exactly.
like Terminator.
Yeah, Alien.
Alien. Oh, very much like the style and everything, kind of.
Yeah, Independence Day. Yeah.
That was an Independence ending. Like,
it was a very much independent. Yeah, if you've seen Independence Day, you know what the last half hour is like.
Yeah. Well, kind of. It's not.
For the most part.
For the most part, you wouldn't imagine it being this shitty.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, the story overall, with all those common elements that we just added already, you have all of that, but then you also have all the subplots that lead absolutely
There was
nowhere.
So many subplots that had no use. I just did not understand. Yeah. They shoved them in, or they would just like pop randomly back.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, like why the fuck are you here? Like the little girl, Isabella.
She has
absolutely useless. She doesn't bring anything to Mark Wahlberg's character. She
Yeah.
doesn't bring anything into the story. She doesn't offer anything to the story.
At least based on the trailer, you think they're gonna have like a kind of like father and daughter.
That's what I thought. Yeah, I thought like, oh, like that's
that is not.
That's my missing
happen here at all. They don't have that whatsoever.
No.
And John Turturro's character, who is a common actor here, in the franchise, he also adds nothing to the movie. Another
Right.
wasted, right there.
And it was painful too. Is like I thought at least with the Mark Wahlberg character, like he would become like a father figure. Like but then like there's the subplot of his actual daughter.
Yeah.
Which you never see, and he never talks to, and never like. There's so many things wrong with his character, and he's like, you really thought he was just a piece of shit.
Yeah, no, I'll be real with you, Marky Mark. In this movie, he's a piece of shit because may I just add that the Autobots in this movie are assholes.
They're complete dicks.
They are way more destructive and bloodthirsty than the Decepticons in this movie. They actively look for.
Well, bloodthirsty for the wrong reasons too.
Yeah.
Like they just want to fight.
So
they're just laying around and they're bored because they're not fighting. But you're like, wait, you're the heroes. You're supposed to be happy that you're not fighting. Like.
Yeah, and so Mark Wahlberg is looking after all these robots because the government is after them.
Right.
But
and they're complete dicks to him.
And that's why he is estranged from his daughter, because he's after the FBI. So I'm just like, why would you risk your relationship for your daughter for these assholes?
Right.
Like, why?
Also, just like the Transformers being illegal aliens.
Yeah.
I know. Right?
God damn, dude. Just more on the note of just Michael Bay having a huge patriotic boner.
Basically.
I mean, for reals. And as we're talking more about the characters, just Anthony Hopkins keeps just popping in my mind even more.
He was so
how annoying he was. They were trying like making like appeal to the cool kids, because he was like just forcibly spouting like dude and bitch. It was like the investigator in 30 Rock. Like, what was his name? That weird Italian name. But he's just he's just coming out there like, hello, fellow kids, like.
Yeah, basically.
And he's in here too.
And that went through. Yeah, he is. Joe
Pesci, sorry.
Thank you. Yeah. They all went through that phase. within this film. Like, all the characters, not just Anthony Hopkins. They're all trying to be the cool kid, like, what, bro? You know, bro. And it's like, really, please.
And I just realized I said Joe Pesci. It's not Joe Pesci. Whatever. But
Steve Buscemi, I think.
Steve Buscemi. There you go. And not a single one of these characters. Okay, like you just mentioned earlier, you cannot connect to any of these characters.
I do not give a shit about any of these characters.
But you don't have to connect to these characters as at least acknowledge them as human, because not a single person here talks like a person. You know, like they have like that like little like Stand By Me scene with the kids at the beginning, where in the trailer you see it like in the football stadium.
Mario, you have a big heart.
I know. I have a big heart, guys. And quote the
movie
line.
Quote the fucking movie.
From the movie.
You have a big heart.
And then just all the you don't have any connection to the humans. You don't have any connection to the robots because they're all dicks.
Yeah, like I do not care about the Autobots at this point. I'm just like, please get your freaking Earth ruined, because it's not even. I guess I don't want to spoil it too much. It's not really our Earth, you know, because they're always dropping some artifacts, and the Decepticons are always like, oh well, it's our Earth now, go fuck yourself, and it's just back and forth. But at least the Decepticons, they're trying to save their Earth. Yeah. They have a huge motivation.
They're the only ones that actually save Cybertron in the franchise, whole thing's considered.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no doubt. I just couldn't relate to any of. Speaking of the, oh my god, Decepticons.
Oh yeah.
Let's talk about the prison scene.
Ooh, oh my god.
Oh man.
Okay, so
shameless.
So yeah, it's hard. So Michael Bay, as you know, is like super socially progressive. We have the redneck twins in that one movie, but here he just goes out of his way to go. Like he just passes ignorance. It's just racist.
Oh, yeah.
I will say it's racist.
Oh yeah.
Because they're actually doing these negotiations with Megatron, and he's just like, oh, we'll get these guys out of prison, and I'll give you what you want.
Right.
So these brand just right out of jail robots. What stereotypical voice do you think you'd give them?
Oh, I was thinking it was gonna be like this nice high-end white person, like,
I know.
why am I in jail, man? Like come on, get me out. Like I'm with you guys, you know.
Like a wasp. I want my lawyer.
Yeah.
You know, they're just ghetto ass black stereotypical, basically racist characters.
Bottom of the barrel racist characters. Like I don't understand.
Yeah, like they may as well have the robots in blackface, you know, and might as well.
Pretty much. And then this really bad like Suicide Squad like label of their name flaps across the screen. You're like,
that's not the character I selected.
Where did this style come from? Like out of the blue, like introducing Blackface 1. Blackface 2.
Oh my god.
And they did this 3 times.
Yeah.
4. Cause no, not that character.
Yeah, no. And
it's just like, oh my god, please stop.
Yeah, and so not only is he just racist, but of course, as we all know, and this comes to no surprise with Michael Bay. He is just out for that booty. You know, like every single shot of a woman has to be something where they're showing her cleavage or her ass. But he actually explored new ground here, slut shaming.
It was brutal. Okay, one, you have like they start off okay. I'm like, oh wow, they have like the woman, like she's normal.
Yeah.
She's like
she's an intellectual.
She's an intellectual. Yes. Shamed the shit out of her. If you're a woman, you better not be goddamn independent. If you're educated,
you need a man.
If you're educated, you better educate yourself about the kitchen.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
it's bad. It was that level of the shaming, and then she's this prim and proper sitting there. She's in this beautiful slim black dress. And fucking Mark Wahlberg comes in. What are you doing, slut? Like,
might as well. He doesn't actually say slut.
Oh no, he says
like, oh, like look at you, like old smart with your slutty dress.
Yeah.
But then you have like on the other side, like these Golden Girls, you know, going like, when are you gonna get yourself a man? You know. And yeah, no, it just adds to the stupidity of Michael Bay, and that he. I mean, you know, it's the writing team, whatever. He's the one that okayed it. He's the one who actually just went like, oh, you know what, let's show up a little
progressively through it,
you know,
she got more and more cleavage coming out, and like by the end, you're like,
it's like every single day he just took up one little button, you know, and it's just like, so he's just gonna do that so they can slut shame her later, which is fucking ridiculous.
Shameless, absolutely. Yeah. But one good thing is that they borderline is they didn't slut shame the girl, like the little girl.
No, I was
because they brought the other woman, like, no, not the kids! No.
children, the orphans. And yeah, no, I
Saved by the fucking.
I was glad he didn't stoop that low.
He almost did.
He almost did.
Close.
He almost did because he was just gonna like just dog out this.
It started off with like
girl.
with the little kids like being like, oh, you are hot, like I like you, and
that was at least innocent looking. But I'm just talking about just straight out like he took this camera and just went like, oh, look at that.
Yeah,
it's a woman's specimen. Like it's just like
here's our main character. Oh, there's her face,
and here's her vaginal canal. It's just ridiculous how he just like. Of course, sure, he makes this movie for teenage boys, but he's just absolutely blatant for it. Just absolutely blatant how he doesn't care about the female characters.
It was really bad in this one. I felt really... those dialogue scenes, I just felt really pained just to hear it, and just... It's just so personal. Like, you can't pretend that you're not... Like, I just don't understand, as a director, how you just let that pass. Or how you put that in. Like, it's not funny. It's not... Why are you teaching, like... Because it's supposed to be a kid's film.
Yeah.
Why are you teaching teenagers that this is acceptable?
Yeah, a kid's film with military drama.
Yeah, just adding, like, military is awesome, America, fuck women. Like, really? Like, that's all I
well, today's
learned
America,
from this.
that's pretty American, I think, since
I know.
Yeah.
But you were talking about, oh man, and speaking like the camera work. Like, just where the camera was?
There was a camera, dude. Like, I thought he was just with his iPhone, like, right there.
No, it was like some teenager with a fucking GoPro on his fucking forehead.
No, I mean, sure, there's very quick edits all throughout, of course.
All over the place.
It just gets that from being an American action film. But Michael Bay takes it up a notch where you can distinguish anything.
Every
that
2
is
seconds,
happening.
I swear. Like, it was just...
Even, like, just dialogue scenes, it was just like, oh, here they are talking, you know?
Yeah, he shot the slow scenes like an action scene.
Yeah.
You would just have, like, especially with Anthony Hopkins, was, like, that's when I noticed was when he was, like, around the round table.
Yeah.
He was talking about, like, the history, and, like, the camera was, like, way down here, and then up here, and
it's
then,
like looking at the gum under the table.
And then, like, a weird jump cut, and you're like, what? Like, it's so jarring, and you're like, you get taken back from the film.
Yeah, and it's ironic how he must do that, so you're not bored by the horrible dialogue. But it just makes you even more numb and uninterested in what's going on.
Or the shameless comedy.
Yeah, just shameless.
The the butler.
Yeah.
Like, started
I did not
kind
get
of
the
cool.
point of that.
Like, when we first introduced him, I thought, like, the design of him was unique for me. I don't know, I thought it was cool.
It was just C-3PO.
It was, but, like, a really fucked up asshole of a C-3PO.
If C-3PO had dementia, that's what that'd be.
Yeah, and, like, his comedic relief during that, like the whole... Like, just taking jokes from past films. And then, that side character, I don't even know his fucking name, the actor Gerard or whatever, like the Jar Jar Binks of this fucking film, he was bad.
He was like...
I do not understand why his character was there. Like, he was an idiot too. Like, he thought he had a job...
I know.
At the junkyard, or with like the I
would imagine how Mark Wahlberg posted that, you know, like occasional killing robots incidents are you know to be contained here. Be aware that the FBI is after me. I will make that very clear.
Perfect. I'm not like I don't.
And post.
Oh, I love Craigslist ads.
Yeah, no, but going back to like just very amateurish, like very like camera action. It's just I did notice a lot of changes in frame. Like it was widescreen, and then it went to like like another frame from like 16:9.
It's like
and
full frame,
back up,
16:9,
you know? Exactly.
you
know, like they were trying to like correct mistakes, but then didn't do any of the touch-ups. You know, they didn't care.
Oh, there was just speaking of touch-up, fucking you can see the fucking Photoshop layers like floating throughout the scenes.
I know.
And what did they do to cover that up, Mario?
They add
smoke cloud,
water, sand. It's like the last Avatar. They're adding all the elements, so that way you're not noticing all the bad effects. So yeah, you see in the trailer a lot of water, a lot of sand, a lot of
the trailer was clean.
Everything.
I think.
Well, of course,
you mentioned it when we were watching the trailer. Like we were looking at it like, oh, okay, like actually looks visually good.
Yeah.
It is not.
No, you don't get that.
It is really bad. You lose a lot of things. One, like the close-ups of the Transformers. I mean, you still have the small little details, but they're there forever.
Yeah. Like
the Transformers could go through the most epic battle, no scratch. Really annoying. And the slow-mo scene with
Okay.
it wasn't slow-mo,
Okay, you know
but
what?
it felt like it was in the field.
I'll admit there was one good slow-mo scene. One good one. Because all of the other slow-mo scenes are forced and are only used to, expand on like a 2-minute action scene, which no action
Right.
scene here lasts more than 2 minutes except for the last
Yeah,
one.
that was weird. Like,
Yeah.
just because of, just because of the cuts.
And I would get it because they actually show it off in the trailer. It's where, so you see freaking Marky Mark hanging up from the door of, Bumblebee as he's shooting a car right next to him.
Right, yeah.
That was actually genuinely good.
Yeah.
And to add to the 3D compliments, a lot of the 3D that it's more particle based.
Right,
like dust
yeah,
and sparks. That really did add texture to the movie. But
Yeah,
again,
definitely saw more like every once in a while more flying bits towards your face
Yeah.
and stuff, which was pretty cool. But it didn't like bring more
No,
to
not
the
at all.
film. It's like, oh, I need more of that. Like I need that throughout.
Yeah.
There's that, and just the really bad CGI characters. Like they'd have like this aerial shot of like something, and you just see like literally just a floating character.
Yeah.
And you're like, just put a fucking actor in there, or like do some. I don't know. Like
And talking about floating, dude, I was cracking up every single time they had like a panorama of like realistic settings,
Yeah.
like landscapes and
Yeah, yeah,
everything, and you just see an Autobot just.
Oh my god, when they first showed the castle, the English house, and fucking Bumblebee is just like walking through the freaking field.
He looks like the fucking Sasquatch, just like I love it. No, it was a very unpurposely funny
Oh, I
moment.
know, you laughed out loud. We're both just dying at that scene.
And then you'd have the second moment where I laughed, which is kind of spoilery. But yeah,
Right.
there was a lot of unpurposely funny moments in this.
Yeah,
movie.
because anytime they tried to purposely be funny,
Yeah.
it was just racist or it was fucked up in general.
Yeah.
And just the characters again are just so despicable in this
Yeah.
film. I just don't understand.
Like I never cared or really liked any of the characters before, but this movie was the one to actively make me hate them. Like just hate them.
Right, and it doesn't help that they don't really give like a backstory to anyone, or the sub characters don't matter. The
Yeah.
deaths do not fucking.
No,
matter.
you don't give a shit who dies.
Um,
And I mean that is irrelevant, all things considered, because Megatron comes back to life like 5
I
times in
know.
the series.
Well, it's not even like the deaths don't matter. Like I've seen that in films, but the deaths don't even matter in the
In
film.
this- yeah,
in the
exactly.
story for the characters.
Yeah, no one grieves, no one stops.
Yeah, no one to be like,
everything,
no
yeah.
one even they didn't even notice.
Yeah.
when a certain character died, and I'm like,
all things considered, I hated him a lot, but they did him bad. That one character, they did him really
he
bad.
went out with a bang.
No, he went out with a whimper, dude. Like nobody noticed.
guys.
It may have to no really. Okay, you know what? Spoilers. We'll get to it more in spoilers.
Well, good. Yeah, there's so much bullshit to this
Yeah.
fucking film. There's so many plot holes. There's the writing team
I
didn't
know.
stand a fucking chance.
No, man.
And this
I mean-
Michael Bay was just.
And why? Because Michael Bay is not gonna invest anything. He's done this 5 times over and know that he
Well,
can
he's like
not spend a
NASA in
cent.
this.
Yeah.
I got him. What? No.
No, I love it. I forgot to bring it up. So Buster from Arrested Development is here. I don't remember his real name,
He's
but
Buster.
I mean he's Buster. He's Buster. He's actually in the NASA, and when he sees like the big ass giant planet robot coming towards Earth, he has like this whole like board full of formulas and like actual logic
physics.
and equations,
Yeah.
and they were just like not having any of it. I
Yeah.
felt like he was like one of the writers approaching Michael Bay, like, dude. I got a story. It has interesting dialogues and characters you'll love, and Michael Bay's just like, nah.
Wait! You wrote it down? Let me see the script.
Let me put it on the fridge so everybody can see it
every day.
Your B plus. Oh, but yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's just, yeah, man, and just going off of that. The writing, it just gets progressively worse, as well as the special effects, as well as the story,
which
the
I
characters.
don't know why.
Yeah.
After 10 fucking years, you would think you would read a fucking IMDb rating,
I know.
a Rotten Tomato rating, like you learn something.
Yeah.
And especially with the stuff we have in film, like the budget for this film,
260 million.
you
The highest
had
one.
the fucking money to make at least a visually
Yeah.
on point film. But
You
there's
do.
so much shit in this that happens. The last half an hour,
It's unwatchable.
Yeah. What happened?
It's jarring.
I know.
At points, it gave me headaches. Like watching
It's just
that
so
last half
fast
hour.
cut edit and there's basically just a smoke cloud that goes by, and it's over.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it feels like.
You remember the intro scene with the space battle and Attack of the Clones, where everything is happening, you can't even distinguish or tell what's going on.
Yeah, that's for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, now
this is for half an hour.
that's your third act right there.
Yeah, and again, the military didn't need there. Half of what happened there didn't need to be there. Like, Optimus Prime could have just Deus Machina, like the whole fucking thing.
I know. And may I add that they do the flying thing again, where
I know.
He can only fly.
I forgot when he did it, and I was like,
oh yeah. Wait, so when he was trying to steal something that you had to steal the artifact, why didn't you just fly?
Right? Just like okay, see you, sucker. It's like,
I know. It's like, but you have a jetpack. Yeah, I know. And yeah, look, we're poking poles and we're poking holes, not poles, in Swiss cheese. You know, it's all there. It's all out there. It's a Transformers movie. I don't know why I expected it to be watchable. God forbid.
Yeah, I know, right? Have a story? Nah.
Yeah, but you know what do you say? You want to get into the ratings? You want to start us off?
This is because
I feel like I'm not gonna stop.
He's gonna keep on ranting with us.
Yeah.
I walked into this. I don't even want to say with low expectations because I don't even want to use the word expectations.
I know there were no expectations.
In terms of story, I wasn't completely blown away by how terrible it was because I knew it was just gonna be bad. I knew it was just gonna be Michael Bay's fucking jizz explosions all over the fucking place.
You're used to that.
The characters were egregious. Like, I've never been so offended by, like, so many characters and just hated so many, especially, like, star characters like Anthony Hopkins. For me, it is... it's bad. I don't want to give this one a you motherfucker. I'm not invested in Transformers. I've only seen the first 3 and not the next 10 after that. So I'm not as invested as other people. So... I had like a nice break before I saw this one. I'm like, yeah, these are still shitty as I remember them. So it's like a flashback of just, this shit in my mouth, yeah.
I feel back home, but just with more shit.
Yeah, right. I think it was, for me, it is, I didn't throw up. But it is a low tier of I didn't throw up. Like, I like threw up in my mouth.
It was coming out of your ear and your eye.
It was like kind of like streaming through my nose. You know, that burning sensation you get and you start to cry. I had that and just like swallowed it and was like, it's gonna be okay. That's how I rate this film. Like I can get past it for the most part. It's just there's lots of shameless, just so much shit, but this is left. I think you felt the same way. I'm still exhausted.
Yeah,
we just watched this and I'm fucking exhausted.
Yeah, people were clapping and I actually yelled out, "Stop clapping!"
He did.
I did. No, I did. He can abide to that. But so yes, you didn't throw up.
I didn't throw up. Very low tier.
Very low.
I didn't throw up. Yeah.
Okay. So. This is and you can attest to this. I had not used my motherfucker card yet. You can check it out on SoundCloud, that Baywatch SoundCloud podcast. It's right there. I am gonna reach in to my bra and just pull out the motherfucker card.
What?
Because Michael Bay, you motherfucker. Okay, you know what? My rant will not consist of me just dogging this movie more because you already heard all our complaints. I'm not going to do a rehash. But after a decade, that word has a tiny bit of significance to a franchise. A decade. There's not a lot of movies that have lasted a decade. Franchises, I
Right, yeah.
I feel like, sure, he made it all for the money. Why would he care about writers, story, at this point, good special effects?
Right.
Why would he care? Because he knows they're going to make money. And I mean, sure, in that position, people could have different opinions. But if you're talking to me, I feel like if I was contracted to do these fucking movies, instinct would at least kick in a tiny bit and try to make them watchable. Because I was okay with if I was to like grade all of them, just really quick, first one would be Netflix, and then from there, just I didn't throw up. this is the first motherfucker because Michael Bay is just incompetent.
Oh yeah.
He's incompetent. I have not seen any signs of progression throughout his movies. He got a little up there with Pain and Gain, but that's because it was so crazy and out there that it had some redeeming qualities. But
he's done nothing since then.
Yeah,
other than Transformers.
It's all Transformers movies, and I think 13th, whatever it's called. But you know that one,
right?
Another military drama
Under
with Michael
radar,
Bay. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it is a straight up motherfucker. I wanted to get up on my seat from that movie an hour in because I was just like, you know what? It's not gonna get better from here. I'm just gonna be sit down and like squirming like I'm on crack or something.
This is the first time I've ever seen you with any film, no matter how bad, or even before the credits.
Yeah.
I know you're like, can we
yeah.
For the
no,
love
as
of
soon
God,
as
please, can we get the fuck
as soon
out?
as Optimus Prime started his speech, I was just like, can we go? Like this is the cue. Like it's over. It's over. And
Except it's Zach.
yeah, man, and it's just like I am a masochist, you know, for some franchises. I am no longer for this one, way before this movie, of course, but it's sad because thank you, Michael Bay, because we're not gonna get a decent Transformers movie. And I know we're not looking for depth, we're not looking for a game changer.
I just want it to be fun.
Yeah, I just want fun. I just want some good old entertainment, and for the budget and the talent that he hires, he's not talented himself. He doesn't bring that to the table.
Not at all.
So
I do miss even though the cartoons there's nothing much to them, but they were fun. And even the first one.
There is your
to a
average
good part,
90s, 80s Saturday morning cartoon.
Right, but even the first Transformers film, I could say that was decently fun.
Yeah,
it
I
had
was not bored. That's all I can say.
That too, and the characters you can relate to, they were fun. They weren't fucking assholes the entire fucking time.
Yeah,
and that had a nice energy to it. This just no not even fucking close.
It's atrocious. I would never recommend. I mean, if you like Transformers, I mean, I know it's subjective to have a taste in movies, but I think less of you as a person if you like them all the way through, because goddamn, dude, you're not asking for anything at that point when it comes to Transformers.
Or you're just not seeing how shameless.
Like you're probably entertained by toddler in channels. You know what I mean? It's
right,
just
but this is I saw kids in the audience.
Yeah,
and
they were all talking and yelling. They were not fixated on the movie at all. They were not.
Not really.
Yeah.
Well, that one kid yelled, "Shut up!" After Anthony Hopkins, that was fun.
I know, but yeah, but like you can tell that it's only appealing to toddlers. Like he says, I'm appealing to teenage boys,
which he shouldn't.
But I mean, you have the military drama, which is really grown up. You have all the silly humor that would only be effective to a 10-year-old,
right?
And then you have a toddler that was in front of me enjoying the shit out of this.
Yeah,
so it's who are you making it for? He's just
all over the map.
I would say it's shit stains on the wall. You have your green shit, your bloody shit, your diarrhea shit, and he's just throwing them all at the wall and see which one slides down the fastest. It's a shit wall of this.
Okay, in this order, this film, this.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, this is a motherfucker.
Damn.
Yeah.
Just don't watch this, people.
No,
please just don't put more money into this franchise.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go on a little China rant. I'm letting you know right now. It's tiny. So China is the one that's making these movies successful. Because I mean, they don't do super well domestically, but internationally they're gangbusters. Basically. And I mean, you know what? Maybe it's legitimate. Maybe their movies don't have that great action scenes or special effects, and they're like, oh, okay, this is impressive. But oh my God, guys, it's it affects us too. It's like global warming,
Yeah, right.
Like they have it the worst, but it affects us all globally.
Yeah.
I'm putting Transformers on par to climate change, but it's that bad. It's I mean,
please stop putting money into
China
this
audiences they have good taste. They really do. I'm not gonna dog them and be like, why the fuck are all these Chinese people watching these movies? No, I am very sure that you have good taste, but it's the novelty of it.
Right.
It's the novelty, these cool American action movies. Please, guys, just please. You know what?
Read a review.
Yeah,
of these films. So,
I know you have IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes. Your internet is not as limited as a lot of people think. So, yeah, we have Tandue Asian rum. It might not even be from China, but regardless. You guys,
the sadness away.
Yeah, made me open this for the first time. It's unopened.
Oh man,
yeah, look, it has the cap and everything, and Yeah, this movie made me drink. This is happening. Ooh, sweet Jesus. 40 proof. I'm gonna add.
Ooh.
Yeah, just a little bit.
All right, folks. This is us trying to get past Transformers.
Yeah. So Michael Bay, man, please. Yeah, and China, you're better.
See, I like
than
the
that.
irony in
You're
this. This is a problem solver, shot glass.
Yeah, it's a
The
problem.
problem we have
We don't have Transformers.
is money, and money is going towards Transformers.
I'm in car. Yeah, I actually do gotta do some shit with my car. But
Oh, there you go, folks. Do not watch Transformers,
no,
please.
or
We did it for you.
get a few of these if you're gonna watch it.
Cheers.
Woo! Oh, son.
They can make a bad movie, but they can make good alcohol.
Oh yeah. So, thank you all so much for listening. So yes, listen to us before we get into our spoilers on SoundCloud, Facebook, Stitcher, iTunes, wherever you can find a podcast. Just check us out.
Right there.
I know. Yeah, if you're only watching our videos, you gotta check out our podcast. You know, you want that in your morning drive. You know, we want to keep you
trying to help you
updated.
get through your commute. You know?
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, anything else you would like to add before we go into spoilers?
No, just save yourselves.
Let's just dive right in.
Dive
to the
right
shit
in.
Pile.
Yep.
All right.
I want to get right into these spoilers because there's like some really just dumb ones. I mean, there's not a lot to this story in essence.
Hannibal does a flip though. I will add.
Well, there
He
you
does
go.
a flip. Yeah.
Dude, Hannibal, Anthony Hopkins' death is the most meaningless but most hilarious death.
Yeah, I think I was the only one that laughed in that theater.
Oh, I know. Like everyone like looked toward us like, what?
I know. Everybody was so quiet and intense. It was like,
And we're just dying laughing. You just see Anthony Hopkins just barrel rolling through the air and then is fucking gone.
I didn't knew he knew martial arts, dude. That was pretty sick.
Right.
But yeah, no, it's like you said. And we touched on it. There's no grieving. There's no pause. There's
no one notices at all.
Yeah, well, except this butler robot.
Oh,
but
right.
even then, he ruins it by like going
I
like,
know.
out of all the people I have served,
You
you were the most cool.
Uh-huh.
And okay, yeah, sure, whatever.
Thanks.
That's what a 1600-year-old robot would say, right?
Oh yeah, that too, yeah. Oh yeah. Speaking of fucking age, so apparently Bumblebee is a World War I hero, and he killed Hitler, or some
Yeah.
bullshit.
And we correct me if I'm wrong, but we saw those motherfuckers land in the first movie, right? So
Yeah, that's what
I mean,
I thought.
unless you know they were coming back and forth.
That was the only thing I can think of. Is that they
Yeah,
went
but
back to Cybertron and then
But
came
even
back,
then, it's like you're contradicting your own storyline.
yeah, because they even though that was happening, they did not say that was
Yeah.
happening. Like, we are new to this world, and it's like, no, you're not. You've
Mhm.
been here since like the fucking
Yeah.
Egyptians have been fucking here. Like, since
Exactly.
the creation of our Earth, pretty much. I'm assuming at this point.
Yeah, I know they're gonna get to the point where like in far along these movies are gonna reach the Big Bang in terms of how long these robots have been around. It's meaningless at this point, you know.
But I think for this one, Mario, the tastiest spoiler is Bumblebee's voice.
Oh, God.
So,
yeah,
guess who
Voice.
finds their voice? And guess who?
yeah. Not the women.
Oh my god.
In Michael Bay movies, Michael Bay.
Yeah, but fucking, to like wake up Optimus Prime, like in the trailer you see like his eyes change and everything. Because what happens is like his maker kind of brainwashes him into taking over the world.
Which I'll add is the most uninteresting villain I've
Oh,
seen
I
this
know.
year. Like pointless.
And like him getting changed was like not dramatic at all.
Yeah.
But fucking Optimus Prime is trying to kill Bumblebee. And so Bumblebee just like out of the blue just like looks him in the eyes and goes, "My friend, I loved you." Like basically like
I can't quit you.
I can't quit you. Optimus Prime is like,
Yeah.
"What?"
I know, they have like a Martha moment.
Yeah, and
Like-
it makes absolutely no sense on so many levels. One, they tore out his voice box.
Yeah.
Earlier in this film,
I know.
not
Yeah.
to mention the other films, but in this film, literally at the very beginning of the film, they give him a new voice box. It's the wrong one. He rips it out, and he goes back to his radio voice. So I don't understand where his real voice is hidden.
He had it all along.
Worst of all,
No, Zach, listen.
he had it on the
It was
inside
in him
all
all along. You had a heart. I mean, voice box. No, it's ridiculous.
Fuck you, movie.
Yeah,
like,
no.
Fuck you. And then, to make it worse, does he keep on using that voice, Mario?
I mean, it was a pretty generic voice.
No, he goes back to the radio voice.
He does?
Yeah, you didn't notice that?
How far along in the end was that?
Literally, the next line is a recorded voice.
That's when I blacked out. That's like you saw me. Like in the last 5 minutes, I was like, "Can we leave?" And you were like, "No, we gotta stay." And I was just, I literally just like took up my 3D glasses. Now it's just like, I like watching the wall is like less insulting than like the what's in front of me. I was just like, whatever.
But yeah,
I'll watch the floor.
He flip flops. He then goes back to using your radio voice. I'm like, why? Like, why did you even show that? And like, it wasn't even that.
Yeah.
That was like probably the most meaningful part of the film was him being
sucks.
like I sincerely like you're my friend Optimus, like I'm using my voice.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're a fan of this, it's super disappointing because all throughout they make a whole point of how he can't speak, and when he can, it's like
throughout the whole series. You know?
Yeah, throughout the whole series. So if you were that invested to where like, oh, you can finally hear him speak in his own voice,
the payoff is not.
Yeah, it's stupid. It doesn't mean anything, and it doesn't lead anywhere.
But that would have been the perfect moment to use it.
Yeah, exactly.
But
since it's the last
so
night.
bad. Yeah, it's not great. And then there's the freaking man, like the whole arc of like them trying to take over the world is just really just disgusting. It's just it doesn't pay off. Like there's so much no payoff throughout the whole fucking thing, and just ridiculous comedy. I don't even know. Like there's not much to spoil. It's just shit the entire way.
Yeah, it's not much of like any. There's
no surprise.
There's no climax. There's no payoff. There's no consequence to anything that happened in this movie. It was basically just like almost 3 hours of just Michael Bay just jizzing on the screen and people going after the table scraps. That's really it.
And then I really hate that the woman actually ends up with Mark at the end.
I know.
I'm like,
that was so
really
stupid.
like you just stooped so.
Yeah.
Like why?
Like girl, you can do better.
Right. Or just stay independent.
Yeah, no, like she was like we mentioned in the review non-spoilery where like, oh, you gotta get yourself a man, like, so just let her focus on her career. Like she's doing well. Yeah, like she's doing really well. Why, God forbid she's independent and does her own thing. We have to just grab onto their heads with Mark Wahlberg and just go like, no kiss,
right?
Because we have to.
That, and then I love you. The other part you started dying laughing was when they started mentioning all the people that were part of this secret organization, and they just basically like named every big history person's name.
I know.
Albert Einstein, this person, this
Cleopatra,
person, Lincoln. Literally, just went through a shit list of and just like layering on top of each other, make it really intense.
I know, it was getting to a point where it was just silly. Like I thought they were gonna go like Joey from Friends.
I know.
I was like, oh, okay, shit, I don't know. Like
Oh yeah, the really funny picture of what's his face from the first films.
Do it. Yeah, no, it was just like him hungover. Like, oh, what happened last night?
His hair's on SE.
I work in the title. But no, like you said, there's not a whole ton to spoil because almost everything that's really shitty in the movie is very basic and not surprising at all.
Some was surprisingly bad.
Surprisingly, yeah. I thought it couldn't get worse, and it did. In that way, it did surprise me.
That's what's amazing me about this franchise is just when you like watch the last film, you're like, couldn't get any worse than this.
I know, it's like it's magical how it can get worse and worse and worse and worse.
Like, he's a good director in that sense. So.
I know, no, he
making a new low bar for
nailed that.
It's so bad. Yeah, folks, like we just cannot describe how bad. Like we can't do full justice.
Yeah,
like how bad of a review we want to do.
Yeah, we need like some like good old like Orson Welles level of writing to just describe how shitty. Like we need a poet,
right?
To like like do a haiku.
How bad this
exactly. Is. Like this movie's so shitty, Michael Bay die. It's horrible haiku, but you get the point. We need something. We can make a movie out of how bad the Transformers movies are.
Pretty much.
Kind of have like that one movie of how like Tim Burton's Superman got canceled, like a documentary.
We need like a new,
just like,
hey Ron Howard, can you make a documentary on the Transformers?
Michael Bay just earned the rights to Transformers. Oh yeah, that's a good note. But no, yeah, like.
Also, thanks for fucking up the next. I don't even, as you mentioned earlier, like we're fucked with Transformers for a while. And even if like once the series ends, I really need like another decade break of no Transformers before like anything is like
dude, it's
acceptable.
It's because it's Michael Bay. That's the only reason. It's not because you can't make a good Transformers movie.
Right.
It's because it's Michael Bay. They can announce a new movie directed by literally anybody.
And I really wouldn't care.
Anybody. It could be, Paul Anderson or W.S. Anderson, who makes all those shitty video game movies. I would take that. Fuck it. It's new. It's different. I just want something that's not Michael Bay-y.
Fair. It'd just be overshadowed by just the pile of shit that we have inside our fucking bellies of just what we gotta eat over the next
It's
decade.
not a big shadow to get over. You got it, man.
That's very true. So please, we need a fucking boot of this fucking series.
Like Steven Spielberg was producing it. Why couldn't he direct one, man? Like I know he's like all uppity right now with like Lincoln and like Bridge of Spies, which are really good. But still, he was involved. He had his hands on it. Like why not?
Not like a finger on it.
I know, right? He's
passing
like,
the
just
dollar
enough
bill
to like
over,
distance himself. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, you produced Transformers. Nope,
No,
I
I didn't.
did not. But yeah, no, it's just we need change. That's all. I would gladly accept a new Transformers movie coming up next year with a new director.
Tomorrow. Like I fucking don't
I'll
care.
fucking take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it. I know.
That's about all we can spoil, folks. There's just the beautiful Anthony Hopkins' death is just amazing.
God,
but that's
I know.
really it. Listen to a barrel roll!
Oh, good times.
Right. Alright. Thank you, everyone, for sticking through. If you listen to the spoilers, it's probably because you're smart and you're not going to see this film. And you just were like, okay, that's what happened. Alright. You probably don't know how bad it's going to be. But otherwise, thank you guys for tuning in. Please follow us on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Facebook. Give us a review and let us know how we're doing. Also, we do Rehash Fridays. Mario has those awesome episodes last week.
Yeah, absolutely. And
They did a review on Doom, right?
Yes,
that was last
Doom.
week. Oh man,
that.
You guys wanted to.
I watched it twice. I had to watch it twice just to show you how committed I am. And this Friday we're actually going to be doing Dead Alive. So
there you go.
Look forward to that little horror classic there.
Definitely look out for that, guys. And then our last video was Wonder Woman. If you still haven't seen that review, or if you haven't seen the movie, or whatever, definitely check into that. Follow us on YouTube, see all our videos. Otherwise, everyone else, there's podcasts everywhere.
Yeah.
So just look up for our name. We're there. That's about it.
Yeah.
Final Miss Mario?
I think I have more rum back in my room. I'll be right back.
Bye, everybody.